Should we address
Let's address it. Okay. So now everybody was wondering why Road Trippin signed with 342. We knew 7 months ago that JJ was leaving. That JJ was getting a coaching job. We had very, very deep conversations with him collectively. I would make a joke about LeBron was in on all of these meetings. Clutch.
It's not true. I was there at the press conference. It's not true.
It's not true. But we know that that's what all of you guys think. Let me be very, very honest. I don't want JJ's job. I don't want JJ's job as a coach. I think that's a terrible idea. Anybody that decides to coach, Luke Walton, best friend. Why would you coach? JJ coaching, but people that have those wants, brain types, desires, that's what they love. And I think everyone collectively is very happy for JJ. We're stoked. But as far as road tripping is always going to be road tripping. Like I said, we support JJ. But yes, now you guys know that we are here to take over everything. It is now Richard Jefferson, Channing Frye, and Allie Clifton's 342 production. I'm kidding, because there's people that obviously I should join. See that? No. I would not. No. See, me and JJ didn't work together before, and I'm definitely not going to work for him. And I've already said no to about 1 million coaching jobs of people I like more than JJ. But all kidding aside, I think he's going to do a good job. I think it's a little lame when people talk about the no coaching experience. Jason Kidd didn't have any coaching experience. There are people that have done this. There's many players that have stepped into that role. It doesn't matter. I've had coaches that never played basketball. Lawrence Frank was my coach. He was not a basketball player. Knew his shit. So don't tell me basketball experience and all that. I get that. But the man has played the highest level. He's been at the highest level for 20 years, National Player of the Year. He understands the pressures that comes with that. So I wish him the best, man. We're excited. We're going to keep pushing along. We're going to keep doing podcasts. And honestly, I view it as one less person that we have to deal with. That's the way I view it. One less person.
That's fine. I'll take him on the other side, because I still have to deal with JJ now for the upcoming regular seasons. What did you guys think of the press conference? Absolutely. Congratulations to JJ and happy birthday. It was all on the same day for him yesterday, taking that all in. I was at the press conference and I just, from where I sat, I thought he did a heck of a job. I had a chance to chat with him afterwards for our network on Spectrum Sportsnet. Just really blew away a lot of people in attendance. And I was very curious to chat with you guys and get your take on it. Channing?
I mean, he speaks for a living. So if he sounded stupid up there, I think of all things he was going to do well, he was going to sound good. Okay. Because he's probably been practicing that speech for months. But and Richard makes a good point. I think JJ will be fine. The problem is JJ's going to make a mistake and everyone's going to crush him. He's going to lose him a game. And now most coaches will lose a team a game, but not every coach comes from being on TV to become a coach. So his microscope is going to be crazy. There's going to be something that happens during the course of the year, especially early, where they're like, oh, you have an extra timeout, or this guy has 2 fouls and you need to get out, and his brain's moving fast. So if we can move past that, I think he's going to be fine. I think he's going to be a great coach. I also think let's temper expectations. No offense to the Lakers roster, y'all got to do something with that too. So you got a lot of moving pieces you need to adjust. You can't just be like, you can't just go get Phil Jackson and be like, coach this team and win a chip. You need to put the right pieces together. So there's a lot of work to do. But for me, if you only feel like, I take it as JJ is a hire for the future. JJ is a hire for the next, as long as he wants it, as long as he's doing it right. You don't hire somebody like JJ and go, we're just going for a chip now. You're like, hey, I want to develop Rui. When we get new picks, I want to develop and have a connection to that younger squad, along with the old fart you have over here is almost 40 years old. So You need somebody like that.
And I think the criticism, which I think was, at times a little whatever, that's part of the job. You're going to get into a job. You're going to get hired. You're going to get fired. Like, that's part of coaching. But I think it's like the criticism, in my opinion, there was a portion of it that had to do with JJ, and there was a large portion of it that had to do with the actual Lakers and their organization. Like, let's play a hypothetical game. If Pop were to retire and JJ were to get that job, and Pop were to go in the front office and be Pat Riley, and they were like, JJ, you're going to be Eric Spoelstra, there would be, I think, I think the criticism would be exponentially lower, because you look at the organization as a stable place. You look at it as a stable place, as a stable, okay, this is how they're going to do. They're going to build. They got a young team, all of that stuff. But when you walk into a situation that, and we're being honest, has been dysfunctional, but they've had success. They've been to a conference finals. They've won a championship, but they are not as consistent as I think they would like, and as I think the fan base would like. So I think the criticism of JJ was a bit unfair, but I think it was more of because the Lakers have been so up and down. Right. And so you're like, okay, you're gonna throw a person that everyone believes is an intelligent basketball mind and has the will and want to do it, but you're gonna put him in a situation that has historically, and when I say historically, since Phil Jackson left, has had in and out of coaches. And I think that part, fell on JJ more. And it was like the Lakers, they were, and I know Allie they were nameless. They were just, the Lakers have been inconsistent. And then JJ, it's like, well, who's running the Lakers? Yeah. Who are the people that are making these decisions that have led for this inconsistency? That, to me, I think the Lakers hiring JJ, I think, is a good move as far as getting high-level basketball minds. And that's not a knock on Darvin Ham. That's not a knock on Frank Vogel. It just is like, this is where the Lakers are now, and this is how they're going to move forward. And I think they're going to be fine.
I think JJ was going to get a job. Yeah, I think that is some of the frustrations. Just being here, I'm going into my 7th season, and that was my 4th different coaching press conference of a new coach. So when you're looking for consistency out on the court, I think you can't look past the fact that there's been inconsistencies in that head chair, right? So to get that right, and listening yesterday to Rob Pelinka talking about all the criticism or what was being said over the last several weeks, coming to this decision, the Lakers wanting to do something different at times. And so being excited and being confident in the conversations that they had with JJ, and understanding, going into this from a different kind of perspective, that's something that they were thrilled about. And look, to your point, Channing, you were about to say it. JJ was going to get a job. He's going to get a job now. But now my question to you is, when you're looking to now make that translate and bring all that consistency together out on the floor, how do you, obviously things we don't know. The Lakers have the 17th pick. They have the 55th pick in the draft. Obviously that comes tomorrow, Wednesday of this week, round 1. Then you've got LeBron, who has until Saturday to make a decision. You've got Anthony Davis through the 27-28 season. How do you see this all kind of coming together and ultimately putting JJ in a good position with a roster that is capable of winning? Wow. Really?
Honestly, Allie, I was watching.
Do you trade the 17th pick? Do you go after another big name? How do you guys?
Yes.
That's nice.
Yes. Oh. Your window is not for development, in my opinion, with the 17th pick. Your window is not development. You got Bron for X amount of years. You got AD for X amount of years. You have that is an asset to move to get a quality player. It'd be different if you're like the 8th pick. We might be able to get a guy there. You might be able to get Derek Lively with the 10th pick. You might be able to get a guy. You talking about in the 20s? You talking about in the 20s that can help you, or 17 that can help you like now? In my opinion, I think you should move that pick. That's just my personal opinion. The Lakers have 2 first-round picks that they can trade, or 3.
3, I believe.
3.
I believe it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a difference. If somebody wants it, if somebody wants that pick, what are you getting in return, though? That's what I'm saying. And so, again, you're sacrificing your future. To me, at 17, I have somebody, I could go get a big dude who can back up Anthony Davis And I can develop him at that position. He's also not killing my cap. At 17 at this draft, we are talking about big fella from UConn, might go number 1. I said, well, who, why, where? But like, that's what I mean. 1 through 20, everyone's just throwing it up. So address a need, right? Go take a chance, right? See if you can't get a Bajemski. See if you can't get, somebody that's a sleeper that you go, you know what? He's going to be around AD. He's going to be around Braun. He's going to be around this new coach. And as those guys start to dip down, we can develop him into something that we can build. And he's not going to kill us on the cap.
Okay, I hear you, Channing. So you're going to choose taking a chance, not killing you on the cap, versus using that to go get a player we know can play and contribute.
At the 7th in this draft, if this was last year's draft with Wemby and all these guys, I'd probably say that. But who's excited about the 7th? Nobody's excited about the first pick. No one's excited about. They don't give a shit about 17, 12, 52. Like, who's everyone excited about? Bronny. That's it.
Yeah.
Wherever he goes, 50s, 60s, if he doesn't get drafted, whatever it is, that's the only people talk about. It sucks for everyone else, but like, there's no one that has made any type of mark media-wise about this draft.